Alright, so when installing your Yoshimura exhaust system on the FZ07, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you undo the oxygen sensor on the exhaust. So that way, when you undo everything else, it's just not going to be hanging by that. You don't want to jack it up or anything. I'm just using a crescent wrench for it. Doesn't take much to get it off there. So, but you know, that's all, pretty much that right there. Once you get it on. Alright, so got that out. Just make sure you got that out first. Alright, and then I'm going to move on to the headers. Alright, so for the headers, you're going to need an extension. I got like a, I want to say what it's like a 2-3 inch extension right there, and then this little 1 inch one. And then you're using a 12mm socket to take them off. So that's about that. Hopefully these headers ain't hot no more from my little test I did. But you know, just get them off there. I just say don't take them off all the way yet, but get them loose, each one of them loose before you take it off, for sure, and stuff. So just go ahead and do that, and yeah. But yeah, so you just take off all the bolts, and then the next thing I'll do will be towards the rear set, getting the rest of it off, and I'll get back to you when I get to that. Alright guys, so the next thing you're going to do is when you get by the rear sets, is that you're going to be taking off these 2 bolts right here, and then that should take away this whole setup away from here and everything for you to move it away so you can get up into here, because there's a bracket you have to put onto here too. So we'll get to that. Sorry if there's a lot of wind noise. It's freaking, we got a wind advisory warning out here today, so super crazy high winds. Then I don't know what you guys do to keep track of your bolts and stuff. You guys do your methods, but I usually just kind of lay everything right on the side that I'm working on, and everything is what I do. But yeah, just unscrew these 2 things, and then that'll give you access to underneath where you got to unscrew the rest of it, and then the exhaust should pop off, the stock one, this ugly thing. Get that out of there too. But yeah, I always keep everything like right where I'm working. See, now this whole thing moves, and you can move it out of the way to get underneath here where you got to put on a bracket and everything and stuff. So alright, I'll get back to you guys when I get there again. Alright, so if you guys could see it, that bolt right there, the big one, that's the one you got to unscrew on there, and there's another one on the other side underneath the chain. You got to undo that for the exhaust to pop on out of there and stuff. Okay, so just make sure you guys do that. Take off both bolts, that one and the one on the other side, and you'll be good to go. It's gonna be, I can't really get the camera in here to see where you guys are gonna be able to see it, but you guys get the gist of it, right? Okay, I'll be back. Alright everyone, to get to the other bolt on this side, you're gonna have to take this part of the freaking thing off so it can move out of the way. This rear set's just gonna swing down, so that works. Get you out of there. Alright, yeah, see, it's just swinging down, so that's out of the way right there, and now I can get access to this bolt right here and stuff. See how much easier that is. Oh yeah, much easier. And then just gotta unscrew this, and then the exhaust is gonna scare me, and it's just gonna fall down because I ain't got nothing. Screw, 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 unscrew, screw, 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 some. Damn it. There we go. Bam! That ugly ass fucking stock shit is gone now. Alright, so here, I'll take you guys off here real quick. Scoot. As you can see, big ass ugly exhaust. Let me zoom in. Big ugly exhaust. Look at things all there. But here, let me go ahead and get up for you. Oh man, that hurts being down there. Yeah, here's the ugly ass stock exhaust. Heavy as fuck. Jesus, look at that ugly ass thing. It's gonna be a lot nicer when I get that Yoshi on there. Bam, Yoshi. But yeah, so I'll get back to you guys once I unpackage the Yoshi exhaust and everything and get that kind of stuck together and ready. Okay, peace. Alright, check out that sexy bitch. All carbon fiber. Here's all the parts that I'm gonna need. Fuck that thing out. I don't need that stupid ass thing. I ain't suppressing no noise. But there's the headers Fucking pretty. Fuck yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this all together and ready to mount it. Okay, so there's 2 more bolts I gotta take off now that I'm looking at the instructions for the exhaust, because there's a special hanger like I was talking about has to go on. So these 2 bolts right here, this one and the one above it, have to come off so you can put on the bracket that's being used, and that's only this side you do that on, the only side. Okay, so I'll get right back to it and I'll show you guys how the bracket goes together. Alright, so here's how it's gonna go. First, you know, you're gonna get the little rubber here and everything, and you're gonna get that all up in there and make sure it's seated in there correctly. Fucking hate these things. Make sure you get that little, they're called what, grommets or whatever. Come on, get in there all the way, you. Okay, there. So that's all the way in there nice and good. If you guys can see that, yeah. Okay, and then the next piece is going to be this golden thing. It goes right in here like this. It's going to go in there like that, and then you got these 2 bolts. Make sure you put a washer on both sides, and then of course you'll put the other 2 washers on it and the smaller bolts on it when you're done, and then, you know, washer on the other side of the nut. When you put this on, washer goes on like that, nut, but I'll kind of show you what it looks like before you're going to be putting it on, so you know. Here, just for you guys that aren't watching or whatever, or you're not exactly sure exactly how it goes, you know, but this is exactly what it's going to look like. So there. So that's exactly what it's going to look like when you get it all ready and everything to mount up and stuff, and it's going to mount up in here like this, up into there. So you'll have to do something where you have to have 2 wrenches, of course, to make sure the big bolts tighten down and everything, and an Allen wrench and your little socket or whatever you're using for the other side of this. But yeah, so that's how it's going to go in, and that's where those 2 bolts came off. I told you where this is going to mount up into. So you don't need any existing bolts that are with it. Everything comes with it right here. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and put the exhaust together. You got your handy dandy little tool to stretch the freaking springs out to go on, but I'm going to go ahead and get this on here. Come on. Go. The springs should line up to where they have to go on here, so make sure you guys do that. And I suggest putting them in the little hole first. Okay, there's 2 sides to this, but they look both the same. I guess like that. And then you're going to want to, of course, stretch it over to the thing. Let's see if I can even do this. Freaking. Oh, this is going to be a bitch. You hear me shaking? This is funny. Oh, okay, that's not the exhaust mixing up. Okay, so there's one right there. And then we'll flip it over. We'll get the other side. I should be wearing gloves, but I'll wipe this off before I start the bike or anything. So, get up on there. Actually, am I getting this right? I want to make sure I want to make it both the same on both sides when I'm hooking them on. You know what I'm saying? You guys see this? How I'm doing it? Alright, so there. The exhaust is strapped on to where it needs to be. If there's any fine tuning that has to be done, I'll do it when I get up on there to mount. But here's the bracket also. So that's where the exhaust is going to sit, and I'm just going to kind of let it chill like this until I get the mounting bracket on over here, and then we'll put the exhaust on. Alright guys, so what you're going to want to do here is kind of get it ready to go on. So you don't want to make this tight all the way, but you're going to put this on here, and the bracket can go like so. And just remember that. Okay, you got your washer and your nut. Don't put it like all the way super tight because you're going to want to leave some wiggle room for it and everything when you go to tighten it. Put everything on. You're going to want to be able to at least let it move around and stuff. So that there. Ratchet's all jacked up. Alright, so that's a little tight, so I'm going to loosen it a little bit. Come on. Back it off a little bit so that the thing actually has a little room to move around, kind of like pivot, you know, when it's on here, like moving up and down, which you still need to do a little more. Alright, so about like that's good, that way it moves around and it's still got it secured. So now I'm going to take off these little nuts because these are the next ones that you're going to be putting on, and this is where you're actually going to have to get under the bike and stuff a little bit. So I won't have pictures of that or video of that because I'll be all up in the way and everything, but pretty much you're just going to put the headers on up into there, fit them in, kind of just tighten them down just a little bit. Sorry, I had my head all in the way of that shit, didn't I? But you're gonna go put the headers up in there and everything and get it all ready.
One eternity later.
Alrighty, and got the exhaust all installed, and it's a little windy outside, but it shouldn't matter. You guys will like this, but here's what it sounds like with the new exhaust. I hope I didn't break your eardrums with that. This fucking bike's a beast.
That's a midget.